Quadratic Equation by Robiatul Adawiyah, UIN Syarif Hidayatullah, Jakarta. The problem: a ball is thrown upwards from a rooftop 80 meters above the ground. It will reach a maximum vertical height and then fall back to ground at time t is h, which is given by h equal minus 16t squared plus 64t plus 8t. How long will it take before hitting the ground? This is one of the problems of quadratic equation in daily life. So, what is quadratic equation? Quadratic expression is an expression which contains a variable raised to the power of 2 and can contain variable raised to the power greater than 2. The general form of quadratic equation is a squared plus bx plus c equals 0. A, b, and c, the real numbers, and a is not equal to 0. Here are two examples of equation. Which is a quadratic equation? Yes, 5x plus 2 is not quadratic equation because this equation has the highest power of 1, or we call it with the name linear equation. And then x squared plus 2x plus 1 is a quadratic equation because this equation is compared with general form of quadratic equation. And then this equation contains a variable raised to the power of 2 with a as 1, b as 2, and c as 1. How to solve quadratic equation? We can use three methods to solve quadratic equation. First, factoring quadratic. It is called factoring because we find the factor. A factor is something we multiply by, and this is easiest way to solve quadratic equation. Second way is completing square roots. Completing the square is where we take a quadratic equation like x squared plus bx plus c equals 0 and turn it into a point x plus t squared plus c equals 0. And the last one is quadratic formula. X equal minus b plus minus the root of b squared minus 4.a point c over 2a. And use their formula to get the two answers. One is for the plus and the other is for the minus. And this is the problem at the opening the video. Let's finish together. We will find time is before hitting the ground. And when ball hits the ground, h equals 0. We know of the equation minus 16t squared plus 64t plus 8t equals 0. Because this equation is too large, we can divide the equation by minus 16. So we get t squared minus 40 minus 5 equals 0. And we know it is a quadratic equation. So we can solve this equation with three methods which has been studied earlier. I will solve this problem with factoring quadratic method. So we have to find two numbers. When we do multiplication, the result is minus 5. And when we do adding, the result is minus 4. And we get those two numbers are minus 5 and 1. So the factor is t minus 5 and t plus 1. And the result is t equal 5 or t equal minus 1. Because the time cannot be negative, so the time is 5 seconds. Exercise. A garden measuring 15 meters by 20 meters is to have a pedestrian inside around it, increasing the area to 336 meters. What will be the width of the pathway? We can assume the x is width of pathway because a pedestrian installed around it, so we can add 2x to the garden length for the pedestrian in the north and south garden, and also add 2x to the garden width for pedestrian in the west and east garden. The formula to find the area of garden is length point width. We do multiplication and we get 4x squared plus 70x minus 36 equals 0. Divided by 2, the result is 2x squared plus 35x minus 18 equals 0. I also using the factoring quadratic method. We have to find two numbers. When do multiplication, the result is minus 36. And when we do adding, the result is minus 35. And we get two numbers are minus 36 and 1. Because the coefficient of x squared is 2, but 2x equal 4x squared, we can divide it by 2. Because the pathway cannot negative, so width of the pathway is 1/2 meters.